Believe it or not, you don't have to have a great credit score to buy a house. In this video, I'll go over the minimum credit score requirements for the most common loan programs. I see a lot of misleading content when it comes to this topic, so I want to set the record straight. Now, it's important to understand that there are minimum credit scores set by the entities that set mortgage guidelines. These are the industry standards. But not every lender can go as low as what the industry standards are. Back in 2020, when the pandemic was starting to affect our economy, a lot of lenders tightened their lending practices. There was a lot of uncertainty in the marketplace, which usually leads to lenders getting more conservative. One way a lot of them tightened up is they raised their minimum credit score requirements for different programs. For example, technically speaking, the minimum credit score for FHA loans is 500. And if you think that's low, wait until you hear what the minimum is for the next two programs. So as lenders were tightening their requirements, some were requiring a 620, a 640. I even saw one large lender that started requiring a 680, and that's the minimum. On the surface, you can understand why they did that, but the issue I had was how I saw a lot of loan officers marketing that. The way that they were presenting it is that they said FHA had raised the score requirements, which wasn't true. Those updates were made by the lenders. Also, in case we haven't met, my name's Nate, and I'm a licensed loan officer with a degree in education, and I love teaching people about mortgages, credit, and real estate. Subscribe if you're ready to learn. So with FHA, even though the minimum credit score is 500, there's not nearly as many lenders that can do that, mostly because there's not a huge demand from investors for that profile. It's also important to note that with FHA, if you're under a 580 credit score, you'll have to put more than 3.5% down. Next, let's talk about USDA loans, and then we'll talk about VA. USDA loan, or a rural development loan, is a 100% financing option. There are geographic and income restrictions, but it's a great loan for those that fit the profile. Now, technically, you don't have to pay PMI on a USDA loan, but there is a monthly fee. And that monthly fee is worked into your total mortgage payment. I'll do a full breakdown video on the USDA program, and I'll post it as a card in this program when I do. Now, technically, there is no minimum credit score for a USDA loan, but it's pretty rare for a lender to approve someone under a 640 credit score. Moving on to another government loan, a VA loan. VA loans are up to 100% financing and are meant for folks that are serving or have served in non-military. Just like USDA, VA doesn't technically have a minimum credit score requirement. But again, it's going to be really hard to find a lender that will go below a 580 credit score. Lastly, let's go over conventional loans. Now, this loan program is the most common in the mortgage marketplace. Unlike the other programs that I've previously mentioned, you can use a conventional loan to buy a primary, a second home, or an investment property. The minimum credit score for a conventional loan is 620. Now, keep in mind, with most lenders and products, the lower your credit score, the higher your rate will probably be. I hope this video helped, and if you have any questions, even if it's not related to this video, don't hesitate to comment below. Chances are someone else has that question too.